This is the AMDM, your quick morning podcast full of Memphis news. I'm Natalie Van Gundy. Today is Monday, July 6th. Members of the Tennessee National Guard shot and killed a man downtown early Sunday morning. Tyron Johnson, age 20, allegedly pointed a gun at Guard members who were pursuing him alongside Memphis police officers. The officers were responding to a shots fired call near Ida B. Wells and Gayoso Avenues. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is now handling the case. Johnson's death marks at least the third fatality involving the Memphis Safe Task Force. A Memphis gang tried to rob a man in a tattoo shop 3 times in less than 24 hours before they were finally successful. The robbery attempts were detailed in court documents in the case of young mob member Larry Wilson, who was recently sentenced to 7 years in prison for racketeering. The gang members didn't know how they were being surveilled by federal investigators, who helped thwart the first 2 unsuccessful robberies. Wilson's racketeering indictment paints the young mob as a violent crime family, trafficking in marijuana, meth, and fentanyl. Soon you'll be able to buy locally and sustainably grown tomatoes in Memphis grocery stores. That's thanks to Brazil native Marcelo Marzola and his new company, Vine Foods. Marzola hopes to produce 100,000 pounds of vine-ripened tomatoes, grown in 5 temperature-controlled high tunnels in Parkway Village. The tomatoes will then be sold to local chefs and grocers. Chef Andrew Adams of Acre Restaurant toured the farm last week, and he already knows what he'll do when he gets his hands on Vine's tomatoes. Criminal court judge Lee Coffey has been absent from the bench for nearly 40% of his scheduled court days this year, continuing a pattern of absences that attorneys say goes back years. The absence can affect the entire criminal justice system, including defendants who may have to spend longer in jail than they should have. Several attorneys spoke to the Daily Memphian anonymously. One described the judge as an outlier, saying that his absences are far more frequent than any other judge they've seen. Another said it negatively impacts the Division 7 courtroom and ripples throughout the justice system. In an interview with the Daily Memphian, Coffey, who turned 70 in January, blamed his absences on severe back issues that he said began a few years ago. He denied that his absences are having negative effects on the criminal justice system, saying that his fellow judges help when he's absent. However, as a fellow judge acknowledged, judges can be unavailable to help due to issues in their own courtroom. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital hired a senior vice president of its Leadership Academy, which aims to help shape the next group of leaders through development trainings and workshops. The position is the first in the organization's history. Heather Currier-Hunt, who most recently served as Chief Learning Officer and Principal for global design and consulting firms, will now head the St. Jude Leadership Academy. While healthcare is new territory for her, Currier said asking questions about how to better serve an organization's mission has been the same throughout her career. And now it's time for a look at This Week in Memphis with Mary Cacciola, but stay with us after that for more of the day's news.
Good morning. I'm Mary Cacciola. It is Monday again. But in all seriousness, it is July 6th, and newsletter editor Bianca Phillips is in the studio with us today as we prepare for what is coming up this work week, where I bet a bunch of us are probably still recovering from our weekend.
Yeah.
You don't have to say if you are or not.
But we've had a long weekend.
Yes.
Most of us.
Yes. After a long weekend, it's always hard.
With the holiday on a Saturday, maybe not everybody had a long weekend, but I hope that you did. But anyway, you may have some catching up to do this week.
Yeah, maybe we were off on Friday. We were off on Friday for the 4th. So
yeah,
I hope y'all didn't miss us too much. Just putting that out there.
Nobody probably missed us at all.
Herp. Bianca, thanks for being here. Let's get into it.
All right. Well, today, not much is happening today, but tomorrow, Tuesday, the Memphis City Council is meeting for the first time since wrapping up budget season. That should be, personally, I do not like budget season because I don't care about math and stuff. So to me, this part of the year is more interesting. There's just,
right.
We're getting out of the numbers.
We're done with the budget. Now we can get into the real stuff.
That starts today.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yes. Tuesday, July 7th, Memphis City Council is back. Tomorrow's also the last day to register to vote for the August 6th elections. there are so many elections this year, but the August 6th one is the county general and the state and federal primary.
Yes.
So some important primary election races and actually just the county general election. So we will know who the mayor is on August 6th. Is that right? I think that is right.
Mayor and all 13 Shelby County commissioners.
And the sheriff.
Yes.
So kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the primary for these federal and state elections. So we'll have some ideas of who's going to be on that ballot.
Right. And that's part of our 3 newish U.S. House districts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And early voting, we'll mention this later in this month, but early voting starts July 17th. So go ahead.
Oh, my goodness
get
gracious. Ready. Okay. That seems really soon. So, yeah, definitely. If you want to vote and you're not registered, just a little reminder that tomorrow is the last day.
Wednesday, we should be finally getting this forensic audit of Memphis-Shelby County Schools.
The long-awaited forensic audit.
Yes, this is a state-funded audit. It cost $7.7 million. And this firm has spent the last several years reviewing...
Just the last year.
Last year, reviewing several years of 3 years of MSCS finances and internal controls. This was the lawmakers requested this in 2025. And
yeah, this was like something that was, I think, first asked for when they were like talking about doing the Memphis-Shelby County Schools takeover. It was like, well, we need to see if it needs to be taken over, I think. And then it's like, yes, it does need to be taken over.
Yeah, which we haven't seen the whole thing yet. We did hear from them that they say the interim report said there's waste and abuse or abuse.
Well,
but we don't know what that means.
Early findings consistent with waste or abuse. The language here is a little bit precise in a way that makes me suspicious.
Yes.
Or not suspicious, just like questioning, curious maybe.
Consistent with waste or abuse is an interesting way to say that.
Because like if it was waste or abuse, you would just say like,
yeah,
it's waste and abuse. But consistent with, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what that means, but we'll know more on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I think one of the most interesting things happening this week is the Land Use Control Board. Does that make me a nerd? Probably. But, there is a housing crisis.
Yeah.
Nationally, there's not enough housing. And the Land Use Control Board is going to hear 4 plan developments or applications for 4 plan developments. One is to redevelop a Cooper Young warehouse into 22 townhomes. It sounds like they're going to just demolish the warehouse and then rebuild on the site. And then there is a plan to build more than 50 residential lots in Parkway Village. And this is one that is really interesting to me. There is also a proposal to build 16 townhomes on Covington Pike. And I will say, I looked this one up because I was like, we're going to build townhomes on Covington Pike. Like, who thought that was a good idea? I mean, there's a lot of car dealerships there.
And you showed me a map, and it looks very close to those car dealerships.
Yes, so I definitely looked it up. It's at 2604 Covington Pike. My first assumption was totally wrong. It's like probably a mile down from the car dealerships, and it is in a residential area, but it's not far from some retail uses.
But if you have car trouble, you can easily get your car to the dealership to get fixed if you live there.
Right.
I used to struggle with that. I had to get my car to the Subaru dealership out on Covington Pike.
Oh, yeah.
And
you don't live anywhere near it. Yeah. What would you do? Just call a tow truck?
Well, I didn't have it never broke down on me.
Oh, okay.
But it would just be I have to go get my car fixed and I have to take 2 hours out of my time because it's going to take 30 minutes to get there and then 30 minutes to get back and an hour to wait,
Well, maybe one of these townhomes is for you. And I will go back to this. The one in Cooper Young is also interesting because the site has this old warehouse on it and the windows are all broken and I don't know. It's interesting, but
I run past this warehouse fairly often.
Oh, you do?
So
okay.
It'll be interesting to see. It's kind of like a weird little dead end area. Mm-hmm. So it'll add
because it's near
some life to it.
Tanglewood and Elsie.
Yeah. It's just, it's kind of a little, just kind of a, Not much going on in that little corner.
Yeah, I didn't look that one up. I didn't look up the address. So are there other homes near it? I mean,
there are some older homes.
Yeah. Pretty residential.
There's a little manufacturing kind of area back there.
Oh, okay.
This is really close to where they're going to build those central lofts, though, that new plan development.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of behind that a little bit. So,
well, this will be interesting. The proposal for this is 22 townhomes. The Land Use Control Board is taking up all of those applications on Thursday, and we will see what they say. And I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Love to see new homes going up.
Mm-hmm. Love to see an interesting Land Use Control Board agenda, because we're not always. Well, Saturday, this is what I'm excited about.
Yes.
Soul and Spirits is opening their beer garden. And this is such good news because I love Soul and Spirits. I think they have the best beer in Memphis.
Okay.
I'm saying it. They had the worst outdoor space in Memphis.
Yeah.
As far as breweries go. Huge indoor space. Love that. But I like to sit on a patio. And they built a small patio a little while ago. And it was very small and very direct sunlight.
Oh.
Not good. This new space adds way more seating, a dog park, which I love that, a playground. So you've got a place for all your kids.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. For babies and other babies.
Yeah. And they're really awesome because they don't have a good outdoor space. They've been awesome about letting dogs inside the brewery, which I know that you're not a fan of.
I am not a fan of dogs inside.
And I love
retail establishments
with other people's dogs, but my dog is not well behaved enough to be an inside brewery dog.
Well, okay. I just want to say this. I do not mind well-behaved dogs in a space. If your dog is not well-behaved, maybe you don't bring it to the space.
My dog's going to jump on your table and try to steal your food.
Right. That's what I don't particularly care for.
Which is why he needs to be an outside dog.
We're off track here, but...
Anyway, but this is great. So
yes.
My dog will love this. I will love this. They're having an opening party of 1 to 8 p.m. on Saturday. Smoke and Toast food truck will be there.
Because they also have room for food trucks.
Yeah, they're going to have parking for food trucks.
Nice.
In the past, they had maybe room for one food truck. I think they may have room now for more than one food truck. So
okay. Awesome. Well, Bianca, thanks for being here.
Glad to be here.
Coming up next, more news.
A federal judge sentenced a former DeSoto County teacher for possessing child pornography. Aaron Fleming says the 37-year-old was sentenced to 9 years in prison.
Mitchell Cantrell formerly taught at DeSoto Central Elementary in South Haven, according to previous media reports. He was caught downloading and viewing child sexual abuse material, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office, which included photos and videos of toddlers and infants engaging in sexually explicit content. Cantrell was also sentenced to 10 years of supervised release after he completes his prison term and will have to register as a sex offender. The case was prosecuted under Project Safe Childhood, a nationwide initiative launched in 2006 to combat child sexual exploitation. For the Daily Memphian, I'm Aaron Fleming.
That's the AMDM for this Monday, July 6th. I'm Natalie Van Gundy. Find links to all of the stories mentioned in this episode in the podcast description. Listen and subscribe to this podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or on the Daily Memphian's website. You can also hear us on WYXR 91.7, where our local news stories air every weekday throughout the day. And you can sign up for our breaking news alerts and our many weekly newsletters we offer, like the early word that you heard at the top of this podcast, by visiting dailymemphian.com/email. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to start your day here again tomorrow.